Well, folks, this is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Ask for what you want. This is a great card. Find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everyone has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. Or maybe. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow down 250, NASDAQ off 71, S&P's off 30, gold contract down $49, trading at $1,566 an ounce. Silver off $1.50 at $26.83 an ounce. Platinum down 19 bucks at $1,434 an ounce. Copper down 9 pennies at $3.29 a pound. Light sweet crude off 3 bucks at $78.38 a barrel. Bonds up 19 ticks, trading out at 149.06. King dollar up 81 ticks at 82.54. Euro down 161, trading out at 125.46. And the yen was up 75 at 80.29. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, what do you have? You definitely have wide price spreads. So this is what we have. We go from a price point of 1358. We're at 1324, and let me just check this volume one more time because we're at 865. You know what, folks? This is not the leg down of the ABC structure on the way down. So what you have is this. Okay, you're at 865. Now, we're going to talk about the bank downgrade, the whole ball of wax. So much for keeping the bank downgrade secret. But anyway, this is what we're doing. We're at 1324. You got into today, what we're going into is the 17th as well as going into the 6th. 17th of May, the 6th of June. Okay, so when you bring this baby over, we take a look at 6th of June first. So 6th of June, you had 865. 17th of May, we had 945. You can see when you're pulling back like this, folks, okay, in order to get the ABC structure on the way down, we had an expansion in volume. So bottom line is that, you know, S&P-wise, yeah, I can picture it coming back a little bit more. But bottom line, the market is not done spiking to the top side yet. This is deviance, in spades, no doubt. You know, Dow Industrials. What do you have with Dow? Dow gets smoked, down 250 bucks. Dow's doing the same deal. You know, so all it's done is it's come back to where we started to go topside from. The larger take is that, yes, it still wants to go higher on a short-term basis, and the larger take is that it's doing an ABC structure on the way down, which will take the S&P down to 1,200 on the longer-term basis. Longer-term meaning after it finishes its spike higher. So it's going to be wild watching it shake out. So Dow, the NASDAQ, what do you have with the NASDAQ? Down 71 bucks. We're at 28.59. What the NASDAQ also did, NASDAQ comes down with 1.7 billion, and that's 1.7 billion is just not enough juice. If we go over to the SPY and you see how this works, this is what you have. Yes, and the Tiger Gartley still intact. Let's go to the SPY first. This is what you have with the SPY. SPY come down 195 million shares, while you're going into 319 million. Let's see. Today's, on a Friday in the summer, I suspect you're not going to get the follow-through in the afternoon, meaning follow-through tomorrow. So we'll see where this shakes out. But bottom line, that's how it looks to me right now. The Qs. What do we have with the Qs? We take a look at the Qs. Qs back down with 42 million shares. She's going into 83, you know. So, I mean, fast price destruction. There's no two ways about that. It's going to have to crawl its way back up here. The NASDAQ Composite. We look at the Composite. What you have with the Composite is this. Composite comes down 71 bucks. Big move in the Composite. Same setup, though, however. You're into the 17th. You're into that with lighter volume. You're into the 6th of June with about the same amount of volume. A lot of energy it took in order to get down here. Well, we had intraday. Well, here, let's go over to the gold market. And, folks, this morning I was on CNBC, basically bisecting, dissecting gold market. The dollar, you can get that TV clip right on the front page of TFNN, right under breaking news. So, gold first. What do? Smoked. And smoked with what? With volume. This is pretty intense, actually. You're down 49 bucks. Volume out here is 197,000 contracts. That 197 was going into 159,000 contracts. She's going to head for the lows that were established out here at the 1529 level. We'll see how she operates coming down to that 1529 level. If you look at some of the, let's go to the bonds next. Now, what you have with bonds out here is this, and here is where it gets interesting. And what I mean by that is that, there's always little divergences in the marketplace. But what happens, folks, is this. You can get more out of a divergence than anything. Meaning, when the market's not in harmony or the indices aren't in harmony, you say, okay, why is that? Now, market out here today, when we take a look at it, this is what you had. The Dow is down 1.9%. S&P is 2.2%. NASDAQ 2.4. Okay? Now, we go back over to the bond market for a second. Bond market, folks, only went up 19 ticks. You had 389,000 contracts. The bond market is saying that, you know what? I'm not ready to go to the highs yet, and I'm going to build more cars. In that context, that's telling me that the bounce is still on. So it's going to be, this is going to be wild, particularly coming up to the July 4th holiday. That's what we're shaking into here. Now, so that's the bounce scenario. Let me give you the other scenario. I'll do both sides of it. I don't see this other one taking place right now. The reason being, see, you need a huge expansion of volume ASAP. We had somewhat today, but you need a huge expansion of volume to the tune of 1 billion shares tomorrow on a Friday. I just don't see it happening. We'll see if in fact that's how it shakes out. What you had out here today is that we had, it's amazing. So picture this, right? These rating agencies, okay. Bottom line, you can see the amount of SECs going after people for insider trading, right? Well, in the middle of the day, now the rating agencies have been saying forever that they're going to downgrade the banks. But you know what? All of a sudden, it comes out today. And it comes out, of course, before the market. Now they're claiming that, not before the market, intraday in the marketplace. And what they're claiming is that at 4 o'clock, they're going to come out with the rest of the news. Well, the bottom line is that it was out there in the marketplace. That's what started hitting the marketplace. And it's like, okay, how does this work? How does that happen? Some of the high volume stocks we have out here, let's take a look at them in a market that the volume did expand. Bank of America was down 32 cents. You had J.P. Morgan Chase off 8.94. Citigroup was off $1.03. Let's go look at a few of those. We'll start with J.P. Morgan. And what you're going to see, and this is what's really wild, there's no doubt about it. This is what I love about markets. Okay, so J.P. Morgan Chase, down 94 cents with 94 million shares. Big deal. If this thing was going to, and this has been in a wicked downtrend, folks. It went from 46 bucks straight down to 32. But you know what? If this was going to croak, okay, this should have come down with vicious volume. It didn't. Not even close either. Let's go to Bank of America. That's saying that it's going to stay in a consolidation. Bank of America, she came back slightly. She came back with 220 million shares. But guess what? She's going into 356 million. You go to Citigroup. We take a look at Citigroup. There she is. So Citigroup came back with 39 million shares, and she's going into 58 million shares. There's not enough juice inside the banking area to take that thing south at this particular point. Don't forget, folks, if you have any subscriptions right now at TFNN or looking for any in the future, well, this is the last 3 days for the Tiger Dolls. And don't wait for the weekend, because the bottom line is that I'm sure you got plenty to do on the weekend. The way Tiger Dolls work, we will match 20, 25%, 30% of what you buy. And, of course, you get the 7 workshops absolutely free. We're going to be right back.